Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, you want to skip this Trump stuff and go straight to, you know, space objects?
We
Or
can. I just want to let you know in advance, man. I had such a long week, as you probably know. And just a long week, hospitals and nursing homes and all kinds of stuff.
I know.
So I'm like in a very wiped state. But yeah, we can talk about space objects.
I don't know what did you tell me that because you want to do a short episode?
No, no, no. I'm just letting you know in case you see me kind of like being I
A
don't know.
jerk?
No, no, no. Lethargic or whatever. Because it's late. That's all. I'm just giving you a heads up.
But listen, you wanted to watch the Rangers, right? And be a derelict. You're a Jew derelict.
I made a big mistake. It was like watching. I don't know what it was watching. Like watching. It's very bad. Made a big mistake.
I
Anyway,
want to, I was very kind of, Trump is it's as if he's trying to, you know,
yeah, hmm,
it's as if he's trying to make me hate him or those like me, not me like, but
yeah,
me, but like those like me. It's like
yeah,
he seems to be doing everything possible
yeah,
to shake me off as a supporter,
yeah,
you know? And
yeah,
there's no way that he doesn't know. There's no way that he doesn't
yeah.
realize.
I'm sure he knows.
So I just wrote something to him and we can discuss it quickly.
Yeah,
And it was kind of therapeutic. And I know he'll never read it, but it did help me to remember certain things. And there's a clip here, where he's like basically President Trump puzzled by a French journalist's accent,
yeah,
which is hilarious,
yeah.
during a question about the West Bank, right?
Mm-hmm.
He replied, if you're talking about the West Bank, don't worry, Israel's not going to do anything with it. Okay. So I'm not going to let him or whatever. And then Vance said earlier, yeah, President Trump's not to let it happen and blah, 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 blah. Okay. So here's what I wrote to President Trump, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wrote to him, you're a great leader. I wrote, POTUS, you're a great leader, but please don't forget, sir, that Israel, including the West Bank and Gaza,
Yeah.
belongs only to the Jews and no one else.
Yeah.
It's not the Jews that say so, but God, the creator of all, says so. You have no say in this, President Trump, sir. You're
Yeah.
just a man, just a little man. Okay. I would like it would bring me a lot of satisfaction, uh, somehow if he like miraculously read it, you know, because
Ah,
I don't know if he understands that he's just a little man.
dude, but you know what's sad to me though? You know that guy Jake Turks?
I still have one more, just a couple of, hold on. So the point is that like it made me feel better
Hmm.
because it reminded me, I wasn't that worried about it because it reminded me, I'm like, yeah, that's right. He can do and say whatever he wants. First of all,
Yeah.
yeah, his hard lines and stuff like that are clearly
Hmm.
they are meaningless
Yeah.
because how many deadlines and how
Yeah.
much tough talk did he give Hamas? So he's kind of like he's not very he's very very flexible.
Yeah.
He's a negotiator. He'll negotiate with anybody. You
Yeah.
know that whole thing about don't negotiate with terrorists. He negotiates with
He
terrorists.
gives people chances. He gives, dude,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
yeah.
not. So it's not. No, it's not even about what he's gonna do. He's not God.
I know,
He
of
doesn't
course
have the
not.
power. My only concern, though, like I still have a bit of anxiety. It's not
Mhm.
for Israel. It's not for Israel. It's for America.
Yeah.
When he starts talking like that, I'm
Yeah.
worried about America. I don't
Yep.
want to see bad stuff happen to America. I want America to be prosperous and to be blessed. And I love America and I'm an American and I live in America and my whole family's in America. And so whatever he does to piss off God is going to
Yeah.
affect all of us
Yeah. Of
because we're
course.
Americans. So in that sense, I am worried, but I'm not worried at all about Israel because
Me neither.
yeah, not from that and not from Vance or any of these little tiny specks of nothingness.
Yeah.
Little tiny. It is a tiny bit disappointing that you'd hope, and because of all the Rabbi Kessin stuff, and because of all the the Rabbi Wolf stuff and other stuff,
Yeah.
we're kind of hoping that Trump was a conscious servant of God, who he understood how America's fate is wrapped up in the success of Israel's spiritual growth, right?
Can I tell you what I think his consciousness is?
Yeah, please.
What I suspect?
Yeah.
I honestly think that there's moments where he knows that, and then it's kind of like a lot of the people. I include myself in this, a lot of the people who I know, who grew up secular, became religious later in life, Baltruva, what you call, and then at some point, for whatever reason, usually it's pe because people don't. It usually happens to the people that don't get married immediately. You know, it's like you start leading like a Jekyll and Hyde kind of life. Godly soul, animal soul, godly soul, animal soul, godly soul, animal soul, back and forth, back and forth. One week is like this, next week is like that. One day is like this, the next day is like that. And it goes on and on. Like I've been having that kind of stuff for the past couple of years. Just because it's just been very hard.
Well, you're
uh,
not right about the married thing because I'm leading that life from the
no,
very beginning.
I hear you. I'm just saying that it's just from what I see. I mean, like, yeah, it happens to some married people too, but the people that I see the most, again, like I'm just talking about the community that I know, especially in Israel, like, the Anglo, I guess, like whatever, the Anglo Balshuva scene, or the Anglo, kind of Jewish scene in Israel, Jerusalem, Tel Aviv. So it's almost like everybody knows, you know, where the spiritual bread is buttered, right? And then it's not like it's not like people forget. It's just like they just go back to their, default factory setting. Right? And I think that I want to say maybe before Ivanka, I don't know when he may have gotten to consciousness. Let's say maybe before Ivanka, converted, or maybe before he got shot, or after he got shot, he got more of a consciousness. Whenever it happened, right? Or maybe it was just like multiple, events that kind of like taught him more and more and more, kind of like what's really going on here. Maybe it's just the fact that his father was interacting with, I don't know, Jews, Orthodox Jews his whole life, so he saw that in front of his face. It's probably a journey, right? So again, he operates in multiple worlds. He sits with, Jews. Like he'll take his. I heard a story. He took his limo to some shiva in Suffolk County on like a snowy night for 3 hours, and then the next day he'll sit down with like the mafia guys, and then he's like playing hardball with them, and it's like a totally different world. So I like this is Asaph, man. Asaph lives in Asaph's world. He can live in his father's, Yitzhak's world, in his brother's world, and then he has to go live in Asaph's world. And then it'll just go, he's good part of Asaph, so it's just gonna go back and forth like that. The more he does, he's getting closer and closer to reuniting with Yaakov, right? But he's still gonna be like Asaph. He's still gonna interact with Ishmael. He's still gonna like try to like, okay, he's gotta like make deals with Ishmael, and that, because that's his what is it called? That's his father-in-law. You know, in this case, it's not literally his father-in-law, but the archetype. So it's like,
Dude, the 5 people who watch us, they already know our language. They know what
no,
we're
no, I
talking.
know, I know. I'm just saying for the, in case anybody thought that like Arabs are Trump's father-in-law, they're not. So
For the folks, just
yeah,
from if you're
yeah,
joining us for the first time, we see Trump as Eisav,
yeah.
and in the Bible story, we know that Eisav married one of the daughters of
Of
his
Ishmael.
uncle Yishmael,
Yeah,
and Yishmael is the Arabs. So
yeah.
so Trump
Muslims. Yeah.
is Eisav, Ishmael is
Yeah.
continue, please.
So no, no. So I was just gonna say that like we're getting closer, obviously, and closer to Mashiach and the reunification of Esav with Yaakov. But you know, the more that process goes along, the more we're still gonna see him interacting. Like you see now, he's literally trying to bring. It's almost like he's trying to drag Ishmael kicking and screaming into repenting, into tshuva. Because we know that Ishmael has to do tshuva. The question is, going to do it voluntarily? Is this, it's almost like Esau's trying to drag him. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm going to reunite with my brother, my twin brother. You got to reunite with your, that the previous generation. Yitzhak and Ishmael has to so it's like it's almost like he's dragging them. He literally dragging them, and he's got all this, these kind of tricks up his sleeve to like make it enticing. Meaning, he has to say publicly. This is just my theory. He has to say publicly, no, 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 don't worry. Yaakov is not gonna, declare, his land to be his land. Don't worry about it. He's gonna live there. Don't worry about it. Where he's not gonna annex it. He's not gonna become his royal. Yaakov's not gonna become his royal. Don't worry about it. He has to do all this shtick. It's literally, it's just this shtick. He has to like placate everybody. He has to like almost like be all things to all people, just for what? To reunify the whole family.
Well, he did
Oh,
threaten. He is threatening Israel. That he's showing. No, he's showing. The Time magazine thing.
what is it? What's the time? I must have missed it.
Oh no.
What?
Well, talked a lot of shit in this Time magazine
Ah,
article.
okay. What did he say?
He was saying, Israel, they're in danger of losing support from America. If they don't do this, they're going to lose all support from. He's threatening.
Well, he's
There's
probably
never been
talking.
a
Yeah,
president.
yeah,
There's never. All of them have been like that,
yeah,
but he's the most open about it.
yeah,
I was saying, like, the support of America is conditional upon you
yeah,
doing
yeah.
what we say, and not. winning any of your wars and doing exactly what we tell you at every moment.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. So he's a fucking prick. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's Uncle Eisav, but he's a fucking prick. And he's even the good part of Eisav. He's still a fucking prick.
Of course.
Okay, and again, I'm not worried about that. But he's not. He's definitely appeasing more the Arabs than he's not really that. He doesn't seem very concerned about the outrage or what Israel is going to do, right? At least out in the open.
Well, what's interesting in this press conference when he answered that French lady, he's like, "Don't worry, Israel will be fine." Meaning, either he's saying he believes in Israel's ability to do what it needs to do autonomously. And by the way, they were talking about how
Can you? I don't remember that
he said
wording.
he
Can you
said
show
that.
me?
He said that. Yeah, he said that. I mean, I have to pull it up.
Let's take a look at it.
It's going to take me forever to find it, but
It's worth it because sometimes
yeah. No, he said it. He said he's like, I wouldn't have mentioned it if he didn't say it.
When I talk to my dad,
Yeah.
I talk to Jews, especially in stressful times.
Yeah.
Sometimes they hear what they want to hear.
No. He literally, I believe me, I was upset, but then I heard him say that, and then he, here. I think this just has the partial clip. See, I want.
I still love Trump, but he's a prick, and he knows he's a fucking prick. He knows it. He's not even trying to be nice. He's just a fucking. He wanted to be a prick, so I'm calling him a prick.
As a challenge to your peace efforts.
Could you say that louder, please?
Yeah. Yesterday there was a vote at the Knesset.
I think he's trolling her. I think he understands everything
she's saying.
saying.
Do you see it as a challenge to your peace efforts?
Will you answer that, please? Because I cannot understand the words you're saying. Where are you from? Where are you from? You're from France. Beautiful accent, but we can't understand what you're saying.
She said a vote at the Knesset on the West Bank.
The West Bank is. Don't worry about the West Bank. Israel's not going to do anything with the West Bank. Okay? Don't worry about it. Is that your question? They're not going to do anything with the West Bank. Don't worry about it. Israel's doing very well. They're not going to do anything with it.
Israel's doing very well. They're not going to do anything with it.
I wouldn't get caught up on the Israel's is doing very well part, because that's just the way he talks.
No, I know.
He's like don't.
I know.
It's doing very well means don't worry about it. I'll take
Yeah.
Dude,
you know who he reminds me of? I'll tell you.
But it doesn't mean that they're doing well. That's not what it means.
Frank, you know who he reminds me of?
Yeah.
And this is just a fact. When I came to America, the way the schools were at that time, the way the teachers were, the way the students were, the way society was, if you're speaking with an accent, they can't understand you. You're like Fez.
Yeah.
Like it was like a Fez society, meaning everybody's like this red blood American. You're the immigrant. We can't effing understand you.
Yeah.
We can't understand you.
Which is good. I like that attitude.
Yeah, that's great.
No, I really do like that attitude. You know why? You know why?
Why?
Okay. Maybe it's not so nice to a little kid, right?
Yeah, it wasn't really nice to me.
Right. I understand that. But what he's actually saying is, and I fully agree with him, what he's really saying is, you're a nice French lady, a very pretty accent, but if your news agency is going to send somebody fucking here, then send somebody who actually knows how to speak English.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to understand your fruity French, your stupid, moronic French accent?
Yeah.
Why am I supposed to,
Well, they do it because they think that America's ethnocentric. That's what they do. Obviously.
Not ethnocentric.
We want to push America into the rest of the world. It's America. It's not the center of the world.
Right now, I'm thinking about Biden. Remember, Biden definitely wouldn't have understood a word she said.
He would have just
even matter.
If anything, he's more unintelligible, probably more unintelligible than she is.
He's like,
and they touch my leg and the popcorn. I was in the pool and they touched my leg and they ran up my leg.
It's like we literally had President
What?
Benson. We had literally President Benson for 4 years.
Yeah, President Magoo.
No, Benson. You know what I'm talking about?
Benson is the
What? President Benson from Hot Shots Part 2, bro.
oh my God.
It's amazing. Are you kidding me?
It was-
It was the real, except President Benson wasn't evil.
yeah.
Like it's like that. Like Biden was President Benson, evil
Yeah.
President Benson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so I'll just say this: that Trump is knowingly acting like a fucking prick,
Yeah.
and that's what he wants to project.
Yeah.
So I will oblige.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just speaking as an individual. I will oblige. Look, if this is all political theater, right? If this
It
is
is.
Trump, and Vance,
Yeah.
that fact cheeked. So, wow. Anyway, I'm not gonna get there, but basically,
He looks like a hamster. Yeah. Indeed.
anyway. So like those memes were always funny to me. Well, we can talk about Vance, but hold on a second.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get to my original point. If this is all political theater and Trump is trying to make it look like he's shitting on Israel and distancing himself, if he's trying to appease the Groypers and the Arabs that he's dealing with, right? And he wants to make them feel like, he's really he's sticking it to Israel. Oh, look at all the Jews they're freaking out. That makes them happy. Like that's what if that's why he's really doing it. And then, but behind the scenes, he's really still cares about Israel and he's not going to fuck them over, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. Okay, you want to tell me that? Fine. That changes nothing about the way I don't feel bad about lashing out back at him because that's the reaction that he wants, isn't it? Right? If it's theater, then he wants this reaction, right? So I'll oblige him. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel no guilt at all in not trusting Trump more than I trust God. Because sometimes I get the sense that don't worry about it, I'll take care of everything.
Yeah.
He wants more trust in him than a person is even capable of trusting in God.
That is true.
That's a little bit too much, President Trump.
Yeah.
You're just a man. From all the men and all the stuff and all the world leaders, you're the best. You are. But you're just a man. And that's not even a microscopic dot.
Yeah.
Okay? Compared to the creator. Okay? You're absolutely nothing. You are a nothing compared to the creator. Okay? You're much greater than me. You're much greater than all the stuff. But compared to the creator, you don't deserve as much faith in you as people should have faith in God. Okay? You're asking for too much. Okay? Yeah. So anyway, whatever. I still support President Trump because he's definitely better than the alternative.
Yeah.
Okay? And
he's killing all the Venezuelan cartels.
That's good. He's doing a lot of good stuff, but he's endangering America by talking shit about the West Bank. Just shut the fuck up about Israel. I just wish, since he got involved in Israel, it's been like literally a nightmare.
Yeah.
Everything that you've done is a nightmare. It's like Obama on steroids. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm just less worried
except
about
Obama, because except Obama wants to actually, have Israel go to war and drop bombs and enable Islamists to destroy it. He wants Israel to move back to 67 borders.
Right. No, you're right. It's not like Obama. I'm just saying, like in terms of forcing ceasefires and forcing Israel to make concessions, and it's the same shit. Okay. So,
dude, but can I
by the way,
yeah.
I want to say, I'm sorry, I'm going off. It's pouring out. It's pouring out, Greg. Okay. It's pouring out. Let it pour out. Let it pour out. So basically, this is like therapy, like this is therapy. So basically, I get the feeling, and that fucking Kirshner is Trump's
you mean Kushner?
What did I say? Kirshner?
You wrote Kirshner. I'm like, who's
Kushner? That fucking Kushner is Trump's like Torah, like Judaism authority, which is horrifying.
Yeah,
horrifying.
It's like,
President Trump, if you're not going to see this, but if you happen to see this, he is not a good Torah consultant.
No,
That guy.
he is
Your
not.
daughter is probably better.
Yeah,
As a convert, she's probably more knowledgeable and
yeah,
more genuine about her faith than this guy is. Okay,
yeah,
so he sucks. Okay, he's a
yeah,
New York liberal. He's
yeah,
not a good example of an Orthodox Jew.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
and I don't know, like Lookstein. I have a feeling, is it Lookstein who's their like spiritual leader?
yeah.
Or like in the upper, where is it? Like in the
Upper West, Upper East, or something like that.
yeah, no, President Trump, bad,
Yeah,
bad,
yeah,
bad. You need better Torah consultants.
yeah,
You need Rabbi Kessin.
yeah.
Okay, bad. Kushner, bad.
I
Stop
was
listening. You're
just
gonna get in
telling.
trouble
Yeah,
with Kushner.
yeah. Dude, I gotta tell you, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say a lot of things. I I was just talking to my friend in Jerusalem about this whole thing. Um, yeah, I don't know. Listen, we painted ourselves into a corner. Israel painted itself into a corner.
Yeah,
You know that a lot of people could say, a lot of people have said, when I bring up, why didn't Israel nip this thing in the bud in the beginning? Like, meaning whenever you see Israel nipping things in the bud in any war they've ever had, right? Very quickly, no one can say anything to them, including a adversarial president. So a lot of people have said, "Oh, but Biden was in, and you couldn't do anything with Biden and Biden." The point is, if it was even like so much as somebody like a Menachem Begin or Yitzhak Shamir or any of these old guard, founders of Israel types, they would not have cared if something like this would have happened, God forbid, right? Let's just say it would have happened not like because it was allowed to happen, just because it would have happened. It was like some massive, like Dafka, like a massive screw up, right? And this would have happened to like a 1975 Israel or a 1970 or a 1965 Israel. Dude, they would have done as you mentioned, turn it hook, put the phone off the hook. No president, no secretary of state can reach anybody in Israel. Israel is like a like a they black out, like sports telecast, like
yeah,
blackout communications. And they go in like a bat out of freaking hell and they decimate Amalek. The secular state of Israel, who's anti-religious, decimates Amalek, just like they did, you know,
Egypt.
well, just like they did in 67. If somebody comes to kill you, you rise up and kill them first. Tractates and that's a Talmud, okay? They would have decimated Amalek, and then you don't even get to a point where you have a Kushner or a Witkoff or Qatar or Witkoff and Kushner sitting down with like actual orcs and like humanizing each other. Like I don't know if you saw it. Witkoff was talking about, oh, I lost a son and this guy got bombed and his son got bombed, and we're two guys who lost sons and this whole dude, it's a hellscape. We painted our
Nothing's worse. Nothing's
we
worse than Witkoff and Kirsch.
we paint no, I know, but we painted ourselves. These MFers painted us into a hellscape that need not be. This is what happens when you don't. It's what Shaul did, and that's why we have Tisha B'av. That's what we have. All he did this, and we did this again. We recreated this Shaul scenario. Saul not finishing the head.
Yeah, like it's funny, like
The
just
Ujas. Yeah.
like just to borrow that metaphor that you just mentioned, it's almost like Trump is kind of like some like a Eisav Shaul kind of
Yeah.
and Kushner
Yeah.
is his fucking Doeg.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and Doeg is a dick.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was that? Oh, that's Doug. He's
Yeah.
a dick.
This is
Remember, like,
Dude, I mean, this is what happens. We get to the point where we have to sit down across from Amalek. That is, I don't know. I think it's even worse than what like Chamberlain had to do with Hitler. It's even worse because now you don't know what the hell. And now we're bringing in like all these, I don't know, Turks and Schmirks and this and that and build and this and that. What are we doing? It's Asur. The Lubavitcher Rebbe said. Bibi likes to talk about the Rebbe, the Rebbe, the Rebbe. The Rebbe would say it's literally illegal, according to halacha, to bring in these people into Gaza. It's illegal. God is going to smite you again. if you do this. Watch. Effing watch. I hope he has mercy on us for bringing in, I don't know, some like these trucks with Turkish flags on them, and this with this flag and this with.
I heard today, by the way, that they're not that at least they said no to Turkish soldiers.
Just the cleanup crews, whatever. It's like a men at work, you know.
It's going to be like, listen, look, just there's like an underlying reality aside from all the disrespect and all the rhetoric. Underlying is Gaza is going to be like empty pretty soon because they built an underground. Can we give a visual of what's gonna of like it's not exactly like this, but it's pretty close. There's Vulcanvania.
What the hell is that?
We did an episode about this movie. It's called Nothing But Trouble, if you recall, with Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase.
Vulcan explains thermonuclear war, this stuff?
No.
What?
It's a movie called Nothing But Trouble.
Oh, this okay.
Right? So it's basically it's based on a real place, somewhere like between Jersey and Pennsylvania, where they mined so much coal there and stuff like that, and other stuff that they lit the whole underground network of.
Here they have the scene. They have a scene like that shows this.
Yeah, yes, please. And no, I mean this is more than just fun. This is for a purpose to make.
No, I get it. Yeah.
Right.
What's this? Oh, this is our prototype.
Oh no, not this. No, this is Baron von Munchausen. No.
This is Vulcan explains thermonuclear war.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's not the one. Can you type in Nothing But Trouble?
Okay.
Right? Like ending. Like the kind of like towards the end.
Yeah. Final scene?
Not the final scene. Well, actually, can you show me final scene? Like
it's like Chevy Chase and some lady.
Oh no! Well,
Mind Fire. This thing.
Yeah, Mind Fire, please.
Walk in Vulcanvania.
Yeah,
Mind Fire near the town of Val. Numerous fire companies from New York, New Jersey, Ohio, and all neighboring states are barely able to handle a subterranean mine fire near the town of Vulcanvania.
Diane, you should see this.
Our Susan Campost is on the scene.
Roger, this cloud may have a silver lining. Geologists say the brief but intense heat from fissures 10 miles below have cooked the upper coal tailings into a fine, medium-grade crude, over 50 million barrels. Wait, just 1 second, Roger. I see one of the village residents rummaging through the remains. Excuse me, sir, how do you feel now that you have lost
but that's
everything?
enough. That's enough.
At least we're.
So basically, for those of you, do you remember the movie at all?
I didn't see it even cover to cover. I know what the movie's about, but I never saw it cover to cover.
So anyway, there's this crazy judge who, he's like in charge of this like area called Vulcanvania, right? And anybody who goes through there, right, if they get pulled over for being drunk or something like that, then he basically executes them, right? And he's mad at bankers. This is Dan Aykroyd. He hates bankers because bankers came and he calls them bankers and the developers, and they mined all the coal and then they abandoned the town, and then the town the ground is hollow under the town, right?
Yeah.
And it was ignited. And it just was literally burning forever, which is still happening, by the way, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a real town.
Let's see what is it supposed to be depicting? I'm curious. Hamlet and Vulcanvania. What is based on? It's based loosely on the town of Centralia, Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Right. So basically, like,
oh my God, this place looks like hell.
Exactly. So Gaza.
Oh,
so what people don't understand is that
see this
is that they built for 20 years. They were building an underground city.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Freaking Lord. Look at it.
Yeah, like
Look at
yeah, that's right. And
Yeah.
Gaza's way worse.
Yeah.
Because first of all, they have stockpiles
Yeah.
of munitions
Mhm.
in these tunnels.
Yeah.
And I what is it like? What, like 60% of the tunnels have not been discovered?
Correct.
Folks, 60% of Gaza's tunnels
That's crazy.
are still intact, right? And you know what intact means? This isn't the Holland Tunnel.
Yeah.
Okay, these are like the ground has been pounded, right?
Yeah,
And the tunnels
yeah.
are just these like basically these concrete arches, right? And these are haphazard tunnels.
Yeah.
And there's a city. It's like twice in the New York City subway.
You know,
It's like
yeah.
if you take the London Underground and the New York City subway, combine it,
Yeah.
that's what they built under Gaza for 20 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so the ground, so there's gonna be catastrophic cave-ins, and there's unexploded bombs everywhere. It is the night.
Yeah, it's
Gaza
crazy.
cannot be inhabited now for who knows how long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a long. This is a long, unless some kind of huge miracle happens, the Marshmallow Man, Mashiach, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So just that's the underlying reality. Okay.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, apparently, as who knows? Everything seems to fluctuate, but there's going to be Azerbaijani troops.
Yeah.
There,
supposedly, allegedly,
which I think is.
It's relatively not the worst thing. Israel already has had dealings with them.
Yeah, they're not.
Of course,
Azerbaijan and Israel are not enemies.
We're not enemies. Of course, Armenia is going to get really pissed, and there's probably going to be like, the Armenian quarter in the old city of Jerusalem. There's probably going to be like some kind of protest. I don't know. Armenia is going to make a caca about this.
Which brings me back to Vance.
Yeah.
Because today Vance was like, I'm so grateful to the Greek, Armenian, and Catholic monks who have they've preserved these Catholic, these Christian sites, and it was such a wonderful thing. And and I'm like, how about the Jews who keep your Qatari buddies from chopping up your Christian, all these Christian monks that you love so much and you're so grateful to?
Yeah.
Not a word about that.
Yeah.
Fuck Vance. That's what I wanted to say. Like, do you remember when Trump said, "Oh, I'm going to announce my vice presidential running mate"? Remember? We were thinking, Dr. Ben Carson. We were thinking maybe General Flynn. Like, people didn't know, right? Like, people, you were thinking maybe even RFK Jr. Like, that would have been interesting, right? That would have been interesting.
And then it was like Vance. We're like, what?
What? Like, who? Nobody ever heard of Vance.
No, I mean, I kind of heard of him, but like, not really.
By the way, President Trump sucks at picking vice presidents. Like, he sucks.
Yeah, he had Pence, who was like,
does not have a good track record with vice presidents.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think he lives in two worlds. He has no choice but to live in these two worlds. It's funny that his first election, the first time around, everybody was upset that he was, what's his name? David Duke supported him. It was like, you see, these are the types of people that he attracts. And I remember even saying, okay, so he supports Israel. Who gives a crap? He can't control who votes for him, right? He can't go to the ballot box and say, "No, don't vote for me. You're a groiper." You're before that term was like a thing. So now he's just kind of like, you know what? I have all these groipers who support me. All these, I call them, the Deus Volt contingent. What am I going to do? I'm going to throw them in the garbage. I'm going to get them to vote for Sanders. Like they would if I do that. If I ignore them, they're just going to go for Sanders. Like
so they brought in Vance.
The Joe Rogan. Yeah, that's what he did. He brought in Vance, and then he brought in like Tucker Carlson's son, or Vance did, to be his deputy secretary of whatever, like a media guy. And that's it. And You've locked down the Groyper vote. It's just really funny to me, man.
I don't see a great like camaraderie between Trump and Vance, by the way.
They don't have a camaraderie.
I've never seen them. They don't seem like
the only time they have a camaraderie is when Zelensky comes to town and they're sitting there like, roasting Zelensky. It's like the Zelensky roast, and then you see Vance like like smiley. 'Cause I think Vance just like despises Zelensky and he just gets a kick out of like Zelensky being
a Jew.
Being a Jew and being roasted and being tortured.
It's funny, like the way
Very sad.
Like the way they set this up, like whoever installed like Zelensky and whoever like it's almost like they just want the Jews dead.
Yeah, they just want us to fail and dead. Yeah.
They just want us to really be at the center of every I can't. I'm not gonna continue. I'm just gonna move on. Just gonna move on.
Yeah. Correct.
There's I'm trying to look for this post I did. There's like he was talking what's his name? Fucker was talking to and Marjorie Taylor Greene or something like that.
Yeah.
And they were talking about like Laura Loomer.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to find the post because
what are they saying?
That's what I'm looking for.
It's really astounding to me how like Groypers are so groipery that they're willing to take the most, I think Laura Loomer, just take away the fact that she's Jewish, pro-Israel, she's probably the most like loyal person to Trump, on God's green earth. And they're literally willing to take us and throw us in the trash.
Well, yeah, I mean, first of all, Tucker Carlson despises Trump. He said it.
He does, yeah.
He there was a court case.
So what is it? Who is it like?
There was some lawsuit
Mm-hmm.
where he had to disclose like some kind of like text messages.
Yeah.
Where he writes, he goes, "I hate Trump with a passion. I hate him."
It's probably the Dominion stuff, no? Or there's something else?
I don't know where it's from exactly, but anyway,
Okay.
So I found it. So basically here, Tucker, he's talking to whatever, what's her name?
Yeah.
Monkey looking lady, and she does. She looks like, she has like kind of like the.
Every time somebody says that, it reminds
like
me
a baboon.
It
she kind of has a baboon look.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
It reminds me of she does. It reminds me of when Pablo Francisco.
Yeah.
You look like a monkey.
No, oh yeah, the stripper.
You look like a fucking monkey.
My favorite part is like the stripper music that he does with his mouth.
Yeah.
We have to look that up right now because I need some but let me just read it first, and then if you would be so kind.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tucker Carlson, he writes, "How does Laura Loomer get to be a Pentagon advisor?"
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay.
So basically, I don't care what she said, but my response to him was, "How does Tucker Carlson's son become a staffer to Vice President Vance when Tucker is a Qatari shill who gets scratched by bed demons?" That's a much more pressing question.
Exactly.
Is he really gonna like start accusing people of like of unhinged like crazy shit,
dude?
Especially with him like lashing out.
Yeah, I was gonna say that they asked
TP USA. I'm sorry.
Know. Yeah. It's really bad. It's really bad. Here.
Do I look like a monkey with this haircut? Screw you. I was at Captain Cream's last night, that little hoochie strip club last night. Yeah! Went there last, some dancer says I look like a monkey. So what the hell? She's like dancing. You look like a monkey. You look like a monkey. What, you like me? What? You think I'm hot? What's up? What'd you say? You look like a fucking monkey.
I just like the music.
Monkey. Monkey, man. I almost got kicked out of there for going. I was doing that. You're dead. Do I look like a monkey with this?
Yeah, the next scene he's doing that noise, and then the black he's like, "Hey
stop
man,
it.
hey no," he's like, "Yeah," and then the security guy, "Hey man, who doing that?"
Hey man, hey duck.
Hey,
That ain't funny, duck.
Hey, duck.
Show yourself. Show yourself, duck. It's coming from over here, right? It's like it's coming from. Dude, play that whole routine. I'm begging you, I need something to laugh at.
Let's go with strip club.
No, but the music is the best.
Looking like a monkey.
I was just thinking about that like 2 days ago, like that.
Monkey. So what the? It's like dancing. You look like a monkey. You look like a monkey. What? You like me? What? You think I'm hot? What's up? What'd you say? You look like a fucking monkey. A monkey. Monkey, man. I almost got kicked out of there for going. I was doing that. You're dead people just walk in there because it's really dark in there, so you just walk in there, just go. It's like throwing the dancers on. Give it up for Alexis. Come on.
Give it up for Alexis.
Her boyfriend's at the bar watching you give her money right now. She's supporting his crystal meth habit. Come on, right now. What the fuck? Who's doing that? Stop it! This is a job, man. Don't be doing that. What the fuck? Stop it! This is a job, man. Don't be making those noises and shit. Give me my money. Where's my money? Give it to me. For 2 hours. I had this strip club going crazy, just doing the duck and shit. Even the bouncers are coming out. All right, man, who's the duck?
Who's the duck?
Yeah, who's the duck?
Come on out, man. Show your face. What's up, duck?
Show your face.
Don't be doing that
What's
shit,
up,
man. Come on out, you duck. It's coming from this area, man. It's coming from this area. Show your face. I drew $544 there last night. Shit. No, man, what those girls are con artists, man. They'll say anything to get your money. You'll be like, I love pigeons. Right on, pigeons. Right on, little pigeons. Hell yeah. You like pigeons? Little ones. She likes pigeons. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
I love apples. Green apples. Fuck yeah, green apples. She likes apples. It's good.
Dude, I gotta tell you, we are such idiots.
I've never been such an idiot. I mean, I know guys who have, but I'm dude. I think maybe if I didn't become religious when I was a kid, like 14, I probably would have easily become one of those idiots. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I want to play the Mexican music one from Francisco.
Yeah, and then we could do Isa Cosisa. Remember?
Cosisa. Yeah. Oh my god, it's scary.
They have that in the songs he's playing back there. He has a little radio playing the Mexican music. Sí. 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 It's like a 24-hour track of the same notes. Sí. This one is my favorite. This one I get married to. Sí. And the singer sounds like he's shrinking. He sounds like a little troll. Hola, ¿cómo está tu resaporte campanito? Él está muy bailar. Él está muy feliz. Él está muy tanito, muy me restan tantito. Habla tan por tanto. Sí. That music scares the shit out of white people, doesn't it? They'll be in their car.
It's a love song, fucker.
Listening to their music. And you come to me on the summer breeze. Fantastic, you know. It's a beautiful day out there, you know. It really is. See. What's wrong with your car? Something's wrong with your car. It's a love song, you fucker. How can you get naked and hum to that? See.
Oh, this is actually the Mexican woman.
That's why I love Mexican women. Mexican women are the best.
Vamos a
girlfriends
cantarle.
ever, man.
Yeah.
Because if you get in a fight or something, they'll jump in, they'll help you out, you know. I remember one time I was at my parents left to South America, and I said, okay, I'm gonna take my dad's car out, you know. So I took my dad's car out to get some ice, and I flipped off some dude coming the opposite direction. You ever do that? Like, flip someone off just for the fucking fun of it? Thanks. Here he comes. When he turns around, it's like, holy shit! He's turning around! Go to my house! And when you get to your house, that should be base. Base! And he goes in my dad's driveway. Holy shit, plan 2! In the house! And he comes right in my house.
Hey, man, I tell you what, I'll break your fucking finger, boy.
And my girlfriend just comes out of the kitchen. What's up, puto? You want some shit? Huh? Don't be talking to me like you know me, huh? And he's like freaking out, huh?
What the hell? Some chick wants to fight me. What the fuck?
That's right, Esse. What's up, Esse?
Essay? What are you calling me, a term paper?
That hurts. You ever see 2 Mexican women fight? That's better than Jerry Springer. Oh, yeah. I'll become Jerry Springer. I'll get the fight started. So she called you a puta.
Called you a puta.
How long has she been calling
you a puta?
How long has she been calling you a puta? She been calling me a puta since 3rd grade. Maybe you should throw chingazos. 2 Mexican women fight. They get right in. Hey, Cristina Lopez! Remember me? You want some shit? Huh? You want... Huh? You want some shit? Let go of me. Come on. Here, hold my baby. Come on, let's go.
Hold my baby.
That joke is... I do that joke a million times. Thank you. Zolvitz. They should put Mexican women in Mortal Kombat, that video game.
Sub-Zero.
Rosa Gonzalez. They're the only women who don't need mace.
Oh, what happened to this kind of comedy, man? They killed it. They really killed it.
I think they did something to him. I mean, he did a lot to himself. I think he did
true.
a little bit of drug, a little bit of...
Dude, can I show you something actually what I thought was funny? You know that some of these guys, they went to Saudi Arabia to perform?
Oh God,
no,
bro.
dude, but can I show you this? This actually is, I thought this was funny. Andrew,
you did the thing with Chris D'Elia, right? Where he's like, these guys are talking all this shit about all this. All of a sudden, they get a phone call from like Qatar, and they're like, it's like, he's on the jet immediately, sold out all of his principles.
No, that's what's his name? That's yeah. What the hell's his name? Gervais.
Bill Burr.
Yeah. Or Bill Burr. This actually, I enjoyed. I don't know. I enjoyed this here.
Man, ever since I arrived, everybody keeps asking me, like, brother, are you excited to see Saudi? Are you surprised by Saudi culture? And it's like, I've seen it before, guys. I've been to London. It's not anything new. Same shit.
They're not laughing.
Drink coffee, smoke the shisha, tell the Indians what to do.
No, they
it's
are.
the same thing.
They thought it was funny.
Sadiq, more calls on the shisha. Sadiq, more calls on the shisha. Shukran, Sadiq. Guys, you can't tell Sadiq what to do in London. He's the mayor. Bro, so funny. Like, my Saudi friends do the fucking dumbest shit. They will go to London to hook up with girls who are from Saudi Arabia. You're just wasting money on flights, fellas. You don't need to go all the way to London. You can stay right here and buy
they
a
can't do
Land
that in
Rover
Saudi Arabia.
Defender. Look for a Chinese car on the road and just follow it until a stop sign. And then ask her for a Snapchat. And if she says no, just follow it until a stop sign. And ask her for a Snapchat. And if she says no, just follow it till a stop sign until she calls the police. That's when you stop. That's when you stop. That's flirting. I was just joking about following the girls. I know that's not something you do here because traffic. I've never seen so much traffic. Do you regret letting the women drive? It's just more people on the road. It's 100% more people and 100% more accidents. I hate to say it. Feeling good. I use that shatoff or whatever that thing is called. I got my shatoff on. I was shatoffing it. I didn't get it at first, I'm not gonna lie. I saw it, I thought it was drinking water. I had no clue what that was for 2 days. And my boy told me, and I'm like, what the fuck do you need this shit? Like, I just use toilet paper, who gives a fuck? And then I had that garlic sauce from Mama Noura. I used that shatoff like you never seen before. It was a wet t-shirt contest in that bathroom. Well, I'm not saying the Lebanese are gay. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it. I'm not gonna say it. But even the food hurts your asshole. What is it? All the Lebanese dudes in here right now, he's like, brother, that's the best part. Honestly, I am surprised by how much shit you guys got here that we got back home. It's very similar in that regard. Like, you got a haunted house. Do you guys know that? Have you guys been to the haunted house? Zila House? It's fucking terrifying. I went in there and it's just women reading. Bismillah! No! I'm joking, guys. Women can't read. No. I'm bummed I'm gonna miss the camel beauty pageant. The camel beauty pageant is like unbelievable. I watched it online, so I know it, and I was hoping that it would time up. It doesn't time up. Like, people want to win bad. They cheat. Do you know they cheat? They put Botox in the camel. They put fake eyelashes in the camel. One guy entered a woman from Pakistan. I didn't even know you could do that. She doesn't want to be camel, she wants to be pilot. She just wants to be pilot. That's to India. I want to be pilot, not camel, pilot. She came in third. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. It's pretty good. So you guys got some security guards here. It's a good idea. Safest place in the planet. Got security guards. Just sitting around, getting paid to do nothing. Thought you only did that for Neymar.
This ice. Anyway, dude, can I just say, this proves.
Seems a little forced.
That's number one. This proves that these people are full of crap. That all the Hollywood people do not believe in liberal values. You know, for the right price, they'll
figure out a way to justify it.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's just cultural exchange. It's their cultural exchange. To answer his question, why did these guys leave Saudi Arabia to pick up Saudi Arabian chicks in London? Because they can't do it in Saudi Arabia. It's like my uncle who used to work in the St. Regis, and these guys used to come from UAE or wherever, Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia, and it was like, well, I don't get it. You guys don't drink, Louis XIII cognac. They're like, what happens outside peninsula stays outside the peninsula.
Exactly. By the way, Some of the audience members were a little bit uncomfortable. They're like,
Yeah, of course.
they were like, don't tell what we do. Get us in trouble, like that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Like they were scared to laugh, like
yeah.
they didn't want to seem too comfortable laughing. I mean, I don't know what the hell the point of that is. What are you gonna go and I remember Nick DiPaolo, my least favorite comedian, who I hate more than anything, right?
Yeah.
He said I can't remember what the routine was, but he's like, what do they call a comedy club in Saudi Arabia? Kabooms?
Yes,
one night at Kaboom for one night Kaboom.
Yes, yeah. Or the strip club. You ever see who was it that did that?
The strip club
in Saudi Arabia. Near.
Yeah, right. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yes. So space stuff, huh?
We done talking about everything else?
I don't know what I mean. Like, it's kind of I don't say it's a dead horse, but it's kind of like a
look.
It's not a dead horse, but it's just a dead horse.
I have something to add. So the whole Eisav Yishmael thing, right?
Yeah.
Trump, whatever, he's the good part of Eisav. He's still Eisav, which means Eisav is terrified of a strong Jacob.
Of course.
Okay. So I think even if Eisav didn't go bad, right? Like if Eisav had done his job back in Eisav, he would not have liked Jacob to see Jacob all strong.
True.
Like it's scary to them, It's terrifying to Yishmael, but it's also uncomfortable to Eisav, to even the good part of Eisav.
Yeah.
He really didn't like Israel. Israel flattened, like it was the easiest war in history.
We flattened the Egyptian force in
Iran.
Iran also, yeah.
Israel annihilated Iran. It killed all of their military leadership.
Yeah.
It completely destroyed their air defenses. They flew with impunity over Iran.
I mean, we were able to do it because we had spies there for 20 years.
I'm going to get that. My point is that they did it. They achieved that through their masterful, brilliant. I've never been prouder of Israel than I was during that.
Yeah.
During Iran and what they did
and with the beepers.
Right. I think that terrified Trump because it's like stealing American thunder.
Yeah.
It's like he's supposed to be the big bad, like the leader that everybody's like in awe of. Yeah. And Israel stole his thunder. He was so mad. Remember, he was like spitting mad. He like send those planes back. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like all this.
Yeah.
It was insane. It was like it's like they really touched the ace of nerve. Yeah. Like that is right. That was a great revelation. He doesn't like. He wants to. He's okay with Israel. He's okay. He's the best friend that Israel ever had in the White House. I understand that. Okay.
Yeah.
But he's still terribly uncomfortable with the growth of true powerful Jews in the world, of Jews being a world power, not a sob story, not somebody to pity or to coddle every now and then, not the subject matter.
Basically, Rabbi Kahana would give him nightmares if he was alive.
Yeah. So this is something this is a chronic mental condition that Eisav he's going to have to suck it up.
Yeah.
Because Israel is rising.
Yeah, of course.
Its power and Eisav is not going to be able to control Israel. Okay, because that's first of all prophetically what's supposed to happen anyway, according to the Torah. Okay, that as you get closer to Mashiach, Israel will rise.
Yeah.
Okay, in esteem in the world and in power, and the Shekhinah will gradually go home to Israel.
Yeah.
Rabbi Wolf, I had not listened to Rabbi Wolf in a long, long time. very, very long, a couple of years, I feel. But I did listen to like the first half of his lecture about did we just witness Gog and Magog?
Yeah. Oh, and also it's the same one that it says we might get Mashiach like this year or something like that.
He said something about, is this the year of the resurrection of the resurrection?
Yeah.
That was the prior lecture. Okay. But in there, he was talking about, he was explaining how the 20 hostages coming out, and that was like 10 twice, and it has to do with the two mothers. It was you really got to be a little bit initiated into the Kabbalistic language. Not that I'm totally am, but I have basic. I was kind of able to follow what he was saying. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, the first 10 were like the higher mother relating to Leah.
Yeah.
And the second 10 were the lower mother, Rachel, right? So, and he was talking about it in the context of prophetic verses in the Torah, in the prophets and other places like that. Okay, so, and he was doing it numerically too, like the 700 and how many days were they? 738,
something like that. Yeah.
Okay. And then the number 10, whatever. It was fascinating, but the point being is that he's saying that prophetically, when we see that, that's the Shekhinah going out of exile.
Yeah.
Okay, that was like the symbol of the Shekhinah transferring back to Israel. Okay, so as bad as Israel is, the government, right?
Yeah.
In terms of how badly they don't care about their own people, right? In terms of sacrificing soldiers for those civilians, right? And all this, none of the shit that Groypers complained is. To me, it's the exact opposite. Okay, they're not ruthless enough with their enemies.
Yeah.
But they're negligent to their own people.
Correct.
Okay, that's my main problem with Israel. Okay,
correct.
And I'm going to say, I want to say this. The reason I hated Netanyahu, right, is for the vax.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I should hate Trump even more, shouldn't I? Right? How did Trump evade my hatred in terms of like, why? Because he didn't mandate it or something like that, where like Bibi did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a feeling he was just following Trump's. Even that was like some kind of like offering,
Yeah.
Didn't sound like what Bibi did.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're going to follow America's lead, and we're going to even be better. Look, we're going to even be more. We really want to impress you guys. We're going to make sure everybody gets the vax. All this shit. Okay. So, Trump is unrepentant about the vax. Okay. I've given up. I've completely given up on any notion of any recognition from that from anybody that matters in the government, because first of all, to admit that my brother was right, right, is sort of kind of like an admittance that he was wrong. And Trump will never admit to being wrong ever.
Not only admitting wrong, he has to, again, it goes back to the Groypers. I think he's gonna have to piss them off. He's gonna have to make them upset. Like, they don't want to admit that your brother did something. Like, you wrote about that, Tucker. There's no way Tucker would have admitted it. He had him on a show, all this kind of stuff. Dude, that guy, man, I don't even want to mention him. What's his name? Huff. Even if he's not even trying to like say anything about Jews, it's like, dude, he's not an idiot. Well, he doesn't know that there's like people just waiting for us to, for everybody to suspect us of quote poisoning the wells.
No, he knows what's going on, and this is he did this deliberately, and I think we have an idea as to why.
Yeah, we're not going to say why, but we have an idea as to why.
Can we show the folks at home?
You want to play this? You want to play this clip?
Yeah, let's play the clip. Just for them.
It's
like
You know,
briefest one you could
some
find.
guy came in a comment section, not anti-Semite, just guy said that basically, oh, here we go. He said that I mean, it is a fact actually. This one was a fact. People who have O positive blood um fare better or something like they're less likely to get COVID. That's a fact. And then this guy was talking about something about Ashkenazi Jews. The guy said basically, I'm not saying they did it. I'm saying that there's some kind of it's called the ACE receptor, and Ashkenazi Jews have less something like I don't know, dude. They could say whatever they want. We saw what we saw in our community.
The point is that whatever there, look, let's just break this down for a moment. For this is not obvious to everyone.
Yeah.
There's some paper somewhere that says that somebody wrote that Ashkenazi Jews are less likely to suffer from COVID than other people, including Sephardi.
Can I quote? It says actually a 2020 computational chemistry study identified a variant of the ACE2 protein K26R that was most frequent in the Ashkenazi Jewish population and weakened the virus binding strength.
So whatever that means,
yeah,
I know for a fact that it's complete horseshit.
Okay.
Because I saw how many Ashkenazi Jews died from COVID. Okay. Entire generations of in Orthodox Jewish community leadership have just disappeared. Like 2 out of the 3 chief rabbis in terms of the Jewish court of Crown Heights died.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rubashkin's father.
Yeah. Like all of these kind of like middle-aged and elderly Ashkenazi Jews, rabbinic figures, but just elderly people.
Yeah.
They died, or guys who were just chronically, anybody who was in a high-risk category. So whatever that thing they're talking about is, it's clearly not true.
That's why, dude, that summer when I came to visit this, I was living in Israel and I came to visit that summer. And I remember I had to go do something in Crown Heights, and I step out. I was so used to in Israel, everybody had to wear masks, and even in America, masks. Dude, I came out of my car. I parked my car on Kingston Avenue, Crown Heights. Everybody's walking around as if nothing happened in Crown Heights. There was no mask, no nothing. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, I wanted to come up to somebody and ask them, didn't you guys lose half your rabbis? Everyone's just walking around like ain't nothing. I was shocked. It was talking about August 2020, I guess you could say. Crazy.
Yeah. So basically, that's the primary point that we lost so many of our people, and then for somebody to claim what they're claiming, and it obviously has. It's so easy to find out that it has zero truth to it.
Yeah.
Right. So obviously this claim is made just to make people think that it was engineered by Ashkenazi Jews to hurt everyone else.
Yeah, like we poisoned the wells. Of course. Yeah, we did it in Wuhan.
Right. And this prick.
And he knows who did it, by the way. Yeah, this prick knows who did it.
And this fucking prick, we actually interviewed him.
Yeah, and he told us who did it. But here.
So I remember Bobby Kennedy got into a great deal of trouble because he said at some event, of course, the New York Post led the charge against him, of course, but that COVID could be tailored, or in fact, for whatever reason, COVID had disparate effects on populations.
That's absolutely true. I mean, that's scientifically true. And I was quite familiar with that literature when he made that comment.
What does that mean? Which populations suffered most from COVID?
There was a finding in a scientific publication that two different populations of people of Jewish ancestry, depending which line they're from, one was more heavily impacted than the other.
Mm-hmm.
And that was
Sephardic Ashkenazi.
Yes,
basically.
and that was the finding. And I think the point that he was trying to make, or maybe didn't articulate.
Did you say Sephardic Ashkenazi?
Yeah.
What the heck's that?
Basically, I think that means that the Ashkenazis were less likely than the Sephardic. I'm not sure. I think that's kind of what I'm getting from it. I'm not sure. But anyway, the whole point of this, we don't have to continue listening to this, but we had this prick on, and we kind of we kind of, how much can we say? Like, do we like?
What do you mean?
Like, we kind of have a suspicion why all of a sudden he's trying to hurt the Jews.
Yeah. Listen, he was surveilled, and supposedly, allegedly, his wife helped the federal government surveil him.
And then he had said something to you. He's
He
like,
said
why
something
are
like,
Jews? Something like,
no,
like,
he was just like, we have to get the rabbis and something with the rabbis. They have to, help me stop this woman or something like that. Like basically he was just like upset that like the Jewish community has to get like on top of this and blah blah blah.
basically saying that.
I'm just like, what does the Jewish community have to do with anything?
I'm sick of these fucked up Jews, and if you have any good Jews around, you got to get these crazy bitch Jews under control. That's basically what he's saying.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what let's cut through the shit. That's what it's about. Okay.
Yeah.
He's mad at his stupid retard Jewish ex-wife. So now he wants to hurt Jews.
Yeah.
Okay. And then me and you got into a whole thing about how, like, we're not going to get into that because
no, that's already
we're not gonna do that.
That's already Greg's problems.
Yeah.
No, but nobody cares about Greg's problems.
That's true.
Nobody wants to hear.
I certainly don't.
Yeah.
That's true too. That is correct.
Yeah.
So anyway, I found I'll read it quickly. This is a post. This is my response to that.
By the way, I tried to help this guy. You know what I tried to do? He was interviewed by, some Russian channel 1, and I tried to I dug like crazy, like a crazy person, just for his clip, just to, like cut out his clip of his the episode where he appeared to talk about, what happened with everything. And that was the one episode that was not put up on their website, and I emailed in Russian. I can't write in Russian. I'm retarded. I emailed Первый канал, Channel 1 in Moscow. They didn't respond. I tried to help this freaking guy.
Whatever. So anyway, I wrote to that clip. I wrote, that's why Tucker didn't have the Ashkenazi Orthodox Jew Dr. Zelenko on his show during COVID.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to slander Jews like this. Dr. Zelenko's protocol would have saved millions of lives. Tucker would first see mankind destroyed before letting a Jew come to his rescue. Okay. So, and that's true. That's definitely true. Okay. So he literally digs up anybody he can talk to, which would, try to make the Jews look as bad as possible. And folks, he's accepted in the Trump administration, and he's accepted at TPUSA. And there's a place for people who lie about Jews and who want to hurt them, among the, in the right, so to speak. Okay. Even though he's not really right? These are infiltrators, right?
Yeah.
And it's a question. It hurts a lot. It really hurts. Especially it hurts Jews very badly, those who support President Trump. Like, why are they really that important? Like, why do you have these snakes all over the place? Why does Tucker Carlson have an into your administration through his son?
Yeah.
It's just an odd collection of people that circulate around him, Again, you could always say that keep your enemies closer, like we can analyze it. Like, what if he's, what if we want to give Trump the benefit of the doubt? What if he's not really trying to screw the Jews over? Like, maybe he needs to keep these guys close to keep them under control. Yeah. I know. It just hurts.
Yeah.
And it's not just Trump. It's like just Americans in general, like right wing, like you guys are chummy with people who want to see us dead. Like, how are we supposed to stay friends? How are we supposed to stay friends, right, with you, right? Like Charlie, for instance, right? Like if Charlie was here, I tell you, Charlie, you want to come and let Tucker talk, even though he talks this crazy shit and he says these things, right? there's, you're not even denouncing him, right?
Yeah.
And this is your idea of like unity. Like, how are we supposed to be friends? Like, if you're trying to make friends, if I see you, smiling and laughing at barbecues with my sworn enemy, meaning the person who decided that I'm the enemy and they're going to destroy me, right? How are we going to be friends? Like, why do you expect a friendship to be? What kind of unity is this? Like, that's what's coming out of the mind of, in the heart of Jews to Christians who give quarter to people like Tucker Carlson. It's a question.
Yeah.
Which you owe us an answer. You owe us an answer because you're kind of like, you're duplicitous in your attitude. Okay? Do you not know right from wrong? Can you choose a side? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Why do evil liars have a place in your world and in your life?
Mm-hmm.
How come you haven't excluded it? How come you haven't rejected evil? Okay? And then you try to proselytize. Not impressed. Okay? Just a little frustration, just getting it out, that's how I feel. I'm like, this is fucking truth for that, after all, right? We say here, when nobody has the balls to say, literally nobody. Right? We say the truth. We say what the actual truth is, okay? And we're not being paid to do this. God knows we're not, we have nobody who's like trying to shut us up and say, getting us to say we don't have anything to sell. So also nobody watches us. That's fine too.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So
Nobody
anyway,
watches us, and
that's
dude,
fine
man,
too.
this guy sent me some crazy stuff.
This will be studied in the future.
This Huff guy, he sent me some crazy stuff. And now that I look at an email that he sent me, crazy stuff, man.
He does, like
shit that his wife did. Whatever.
I'd be like, bro, why are you blaming me? That's your wife.
Yeah,
right. You're the idiot that chose to get
and she's a freaking lefty too.
Why did you marry a lefty? Why did you marry?
Well,
why did you marry a Jewish broad, and why did you marry?
Well, he was in academia. He wasn't left wing or right wing. He was just whatever, right? Yeah.
Right.
Listen.
That's what I have to say. That's what I have to say to Gentiles who marry Jewish broads.
Yeah.
Takti be nada.
Exactly.
Like, what did you get yourself into?
Yeah.
Schmuck.
Yeah, man. Leave them to us. Let us be tortured by them.
Yeah, we literally have to. We're Jewish guys. We have to.
We don't have a choice.
But what have you done, you moron? You could have this. You have such a huge pick. Like, you have an entire world of women who are much more easygoing. What is wrong with you? We never did the episode dedicated, like, Gentile guys, you're morons for going anywhere near Jewish women. This is coming from a different angle than you shouldn't.
Yeah.
You shouldn't, because God doesn't want you to.
Yeah.
That's a whole different angle than what I'm saying right now.
Yeah.
I'm saying
it's kind of like reverse of, whenever I watch these, those stupid red pill videos, and I look at, these non-Jewish guys complaining about what's going on with ladies, and how like marriage is cooked, everything's cooked, and I've written many times in the comment sections, I'm like, okay, you guys have, your mathematical, statistical advantage here with like literally billions of women, billions. I have at my, I don't say disposal, but I have basically, if there's 7 million Jewish women on Earth, right? Maybe 6 million, 7 million. How many are single? How many of age where I can marry them? How many are, let's just for, in my case, I wrote that, I'm looking for a particular, whatever it is, right? I'm an Orthodox Jew and I'm looking for a woman who is at least interested in, living a certain kind of life. That's not the Orthodox. So like I'm narrowing my pool down to like a grand total of like, I don't know, 10 people on God's green earth. Like literally. Compared to billions. And you guys are complaining you can't find a nice girl? They're all go, like there's an epidemic of what is it, Bill Burr? There's an
Gold
epidemic
digging
of gold
whores.
digging whores. You just, you can't find even one out of billions. If I had my choice between billions, I probably would have had a harem by now. You know what I mean?
Like when I say dude, I'm thinking of like guys like Andrew Huff, like fucking
Yeah.
more. You could have gone to Russia.
Yeah.
You could have gone to like you could have gone to Sweden. You could have gone to like
Yeah.
Brazil. You could have gone to like Argentina. You could
Dude,
have gone
there's no
anywhere in
shame. There
America.
is no shame in being
You
a
could have
fan.
gone to Tulsa.
You know what they
Freaking
call
Salt Lake City.
He's from Michigan. You know what they call, the passport bros? There's no shame in being one of those guys. There's no shame. I wish I could be one of those guys. I should be maybe for like go to like meet, as Jewish girls, there's a bunch of Jewish girls that live in like Vienna, in like Austria. Like Russian speaking girls. But there's like 10 of them. And maybe one is like relevant for me. I'm screwed. Mathematically, I'm screwed. Mathematically, I need a miracle. These guys, billions. You got billions. I have to go to Mars to find a wife. Unbelievable. And these guys are going, oh, Jewish girls. Oh, okay. What's wrong with you?
Jackasses. You ended up with a Jew.
No offense, Jewish ladies.
Oh my
No offense.
no, whatever. I don't care. I don't care. This feels like the end of the world anyway. I could not give a shit who I offend. Least of all Jewish ladies.
Yeah.
All right. Don't be stop being crazy. How about that?
Dude, that lady, the comedian, speaking of the Wolf, that chick, that idiot.
Oh God, dude, can you stop bringing up people that
Dude,
irritate me?
she performed. She's all about like being against misogyny, and she performed at the Saudi Comedy Festival.
It's all like seriously,
Dude.
It's not about nothing that they ever talk about. They're all uniting against the Jews.
Yeah.
It's all about hating the Jews. Yeah, you could. Was she? Doesn't matter if you're like
She
left.
is. I think she is
joined.
Jewish. Yeah, no,
I know they've joined.
Yeah.
How do they let her into Saudi Arabia? Are Jews are even allowed in Saudi Arabia?
I have no. I think she's like. I think her father's Jewish. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. I don't think they care.
As long as you hate the Jews, you're okay. You know,
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, Louis C.K. got to go.
Another fucking.
So, are we going to talk about?
Louis C.K. is such a disappointment.
He is a disappointment.
I don't think I ever talked about it. I used to like listen to all his comedy, and he's a brilliant comedian, right?
Yeah.
But he's actually an idiot. I learned like later that he's like a liberal moron. And at first I thought he was doing a shtick. I thought he was making fun of liberals.
Yeah.
Like kind of like they do on that show Portlandia.
Yeah.
But then I realized, no, that's actually him. Like that's what he is in real life. Like, how does that idiocy like how does he do comedy? How did he figure it out? It's some kind of like weird little trick or craft.
Yeah. Yeah. You mean how could such a dumb guy create such a great
but then I figured it out. I figured it out. So he basically what he does is it's kind of in some ways kind of similar to what we do here, but not. It's like it is, but it isn't. So what he does is like this. He talks about like the kind of like the things that people do, like who they are really.
No.
Like when they're home alone.
Okay.
Right? Not in front of people, but who they are, what they're really like.
Yeah.
How many times they pick their nose, how many times they masturbate, how many times You know, how many like did they ate the whole all like they ate 36 donuts. Okay, that's the reality. The reality is they bought a thing of donuts which was supposed to last forever. But you ate all 36 of them.
Yeah.
He's like a dirty Jim Gaffigan.
Yeah.
Except also a pervert.
Yeah.
And it's like an admitted pervert, right?
Yeah.
So like all the worst traits of like the average person, right?
Yeah.
He just tells you about it.
Yeah.
In a funny way. There's not a lot of people that did that. He caught that. He's like, I'm gonna take the worst parts of myself. I'm gonna put it out there, and I'm gonna talk about it casually, and nobody's ever seen. And so he kind of capitalized on his own evil.
Yeah,
and it kind of worked. He did it. He found like a rhythm when describing it, right?
Yeah.
Like he talked about this one time. He's like, it's sort of like he became his own evil voice.
Yeah.
For example, he's like, I was on a plane, and this is Louis C.K. I was on a plane and I saw, and I'm sitting obviously in first class because I'm better than people, and I saw like a soldier, right, who was flying, and he was flying to his base because he was going to war, so he was like, it's not like they pick you up on a special like jet, you have to take a regular airline to get to the place to go to war.
Yeah,
like he was saying that. He goes, and I thought to myself, it would be really nice if I gave up my seat, to this soldier who may not be coming back,
Yeah.
He goes, oh, I didn't do it. He goes, but I really patted myself on the back for having such a sweet thought. you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm such a sweet man for even thinking about
that. Yeah.
Right, like that kind of stuff. That's how he became like.
Yeah.
He became like, it's sort of like the evil voice inside of people has externalized, and it took the form of that comedian,
the doofus.
That doofus, so that evil voice is an idiot.
Yeah.
So then I realized, oh no, it makes no sense. He's a fucking retard.
Yeah.
He took what people are normally try to hide and are embarrassed of, rightfully so, but he put it out in the open.
Yeah.
And figured out like a certain cadence, right, on how to like describe it or like make it funny. And he did. Listen, he did. Okay, so
yeah. Oh, amazing. People are amazing. So let's talk about the spaceships.
Oh boy.
Dude, you know what I was thinking today, man? I was just driving in this wonderful. Remember when I showed you all the foliage and stuff? I was just driving.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking to myself, I was thinking to myself, Dafka, this probably will be the last year that we won't have Mashiach, because it has to be. Because again, like I can't imagine having like Vance or whomever, or even Marco Rubio as the president. I can't imagine having any of these guys who are not Bibi. Not that I'm a big fan of Bibi, but all these other guys who Prime Minister of Israel. So it has to be that
no more presidents, no more prime ministers.
No. So I was gonna say that my next thought was that it has to be that one of these nice crafts has to has to arrive, has to make its appearance.
Please,
I guess.
Please end it all. Please end.
Not end, world. But just
end the world as we've known it. No more no more duplicitous politicians.
Yeah.
No more clandestine. No more political theater.
No more dudes with weird looking mouths that look like frog muppets.
You're talking about Vance?
No, Kushner.
Oh, Kushner.
He just looks like an angry frog muppet.
Like, no.
I spoke to the Qataris.
Kushner has like resting bitch face.
He looks like he's pissed. Yeah, he looks like he's always pissed. Can we show Kushner?
And he sounds like Michael Jackson, by the way.
Yeah.
That was a nerd.
I spoke to the Qataris. I talked to the Qataris.
Trump told them, like, remember they were told to like talk to the Hamas directly without any completely breaking off, like,
oh
the fuck. Anyway, please, enough with the presidents.
Whatever.
Like, fine, Trump is the best of them, but who cares? Enough with all of them. Enough. God, beg you, and please, here's a prayer right out there. Please, enough. Please, no more. Please. Just Ben Mashiach, just set things up right. We've been ready a long time to let you take the reins and to have you out in the open and to let things go your way. Okay. Please, we've had enough. Please. Okay. So, okay. If we're gonna get into like, this thing, I think we should probably start with like Avi Loeb's latest interview, like something he did something today, I think.
Where, on X?
Either on X or on YouTube or probably X. Yeah, like just type in Avi Loeb latest, whatever,
something technological mothership intentionally sent to our solar system. Was that News Nation or something else?
Yeah, he did it News Nation one. Whatever the
It's from yesterday. It's October 22nd. Yeah.
Whatever the closest thing is. And he mentions a date, something like November or something or other or whatever.
I mean, there's like a, when it passes Mars or something like that.
Avi Loeb joins us now. He's the head of the Galileo Project, director of Harvard University's Institute for Theory and Computation, and author of the book Extraterrestrial. Okay, Avi, we've had you on so many times. I always love talking to you about this. Any more of a clue as to what this thing is or is not?
Well, we are still waiting for NASA to release an image, the highest resolution image with 30 kilometers per pixel that was obtained on October 2nd by the HiRISE camera on board the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. We are seeing the anti-tail that was pointed towards the sun, opposite to what we see in the context of comets, and now changing direction and going away from the sun, the more conventional way. We don't know what the reason is. And as you pointed out, we see some unusual composition of nickel with very little iron that we only find in industrially produced nickel alloys. And the size of the object, it's at least 1,000 times more massive than the previous interstellar objects we've seen. And the question is, why is such a giant object delivered to our inner solar system when we saw only small ones before? And it comes along the plane of the planets around the sun, and it comes close to Mars, Jupiter, and we just have to monitor it. And gladly, yesterday, the International Asteroid Warning Organization network decided to have a campaign starting on November 27th until January 27th, where it will coordinate using all the assets we have on Earth and in space to get as much data as possible about this mysterious object. And, that would be a great blessing, irrespective of whether it's natural or technological. But if it happens to do a maneuver when it comes close to the sun, the way spacecraft do, using gravitational assist from the sun, that would definitely affect the markets, the financial markets, and politics on Earth.
Why? Because everybody will suddenly feel like, uh-oh, we've just been invaded? I mean, because if it does a maneuver around the sun, that would show it's not a natural object, right?
Yes, it will be a technological signature, but it could be also a mothership that releases mini probes that maneuver. And so I tasked the research team of the Galileo project. We have 3 observatories monitoring the sky to check for any unusual activity in the coming months. We have also orbiters around Mars that could check for unusual activity there. So I think we should keep our eyes open and not assume anything, because it could be a black swan event where something that looks natural at first ends up being like a Trojan horse, and because the implications are so huge for humanity, we must consider it seriously.
And you just put an article at it, like literally just posted a few minutes ago. I wonder, the last line of this article you write, 3i Atlas will get closest to Earth on December 19th, 2025. Here's hoping that by then we will know more about our dating partner in this interstellar blind date. Are you the only person? Are there other people who are sharing your concern about what this object is and about the possibility that it could be something that is not natural?
Oh, definitely. There is a huge amount of interest. I was just invited to Washington, D.C. to speak with congresspeople and others. I'm speaking with Joe Rogan in a couple of days on his podcast. There is a lot of people who really want to learn more about it. There is also misinformation, of course, but the beauty of science is that we should be guided by data. And this is an excellent opportunity also to attract young people to science because it's exciting. And the implications of the findings that we will have in the coming months could be very significant, and we should do the same for future objects of this nature.
Yeah, Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's really big into space,
I should say one thing about blind dates. You often assume that the partner, the dating partner, would be very friendly, but you have to worry about the serial killers as well.
Okay, Avi Loeb with a lot of warnings for everybody tonight. Avi, you're one of my favorite guests. Come back soon once we know more. You're always welcome here.
Dude, I have one question, slightly off topic, but to Avi Loeb. He's been at Harvard for 30 years.
Yeah.
What does he do? Does he have like a Hebrew, like a teacher's assistant that he speaks to? Like,
I guess.
Why is his accent still so thick?
I met Israelis like that.
Why is his accent so thick?
No, because he's done work in Israel. If you really want to know, I could read about him. You could pull up his.
I'll do that on my own.
Okay.
So I saw something. That was like kind of a better.
There's another thing, there's these guys. Saucer Time, International Asteroid Warning Network will be monitoring 3i Atlas from November 27th to January 27th. Suspicious maneuvers for the release of probes.
Is this from today?
This is from today. This is Avi Loeb also.
Yeah. So let's look at that.
The International Asteroid Warning System organization decided to monitor 3i Atlas between November 27th and January 27th with a high cadence, coordinating observations throughout the globe. And that is a very positive development because I recommended it. This is an organization that is associated with the United Nations, and I wrote a white paper that I submitted to the United Nations a couple of weeks ago, saying that we should examine interstellar objects that could be a potential threat to Earth, and it would be good to get as much data as possible to check whether the object maneuvers in any suspicious way or perhaps releases mini probes that may arrive at planets like the Earth. And so I'm very glad that data will be collected so we can figure out the nature of this object. In addition, we have additional data that was reported just over the month of September. It was imaged. The object was imaged, and we could see that the previous anti-tail, that was a jet of glow that was pointed towards the sun, 10 times longer than it is wide, first identified clearly by the Hubble Space Telescope on July 21st. It was pointing in the opposite direction to cometary tails that are pushed away from the sun, usually by the radiation pressure and the wind from the sun. This one was a jet pointed towards the sun. It wasn't clear what its nature is, and it appeared during July and August And then in September, we started seeing, based on new data, the tail, the anti-tail, the jet towards the sun, changing direction to away from the sun. So the question is why? And of course, one possibility is that the sun-facing side is releasing ices that evaporate, so they never get to live long enough, those fragments of ice, in order to be pushed behind the object the way that we find in comets. But somehow, as the object got closer to the sun, the nature of the outflow coming off it changed, and that would be a natural origin for that. But there is also a possibility, if you imagine the gases coming out of 3I Atlas having a technological origin, perhaps the object is preparing to do some kind of a maneuver and changes the outflow. I mean, at the moment, obviously, it would be most natural to assume that it's a comet of natural origin, but we should keep our eyes and check what it does. And just before that that image was released, or several images were released over the month of September, there was an image from August showing clearly an anti-tail that is pointed towards the sun. So this happened recently.
Can you stop it for a minute?
We're still waiting for an image from the highest resolution.
So he keeps saying anti-tail. So basically, from my understanding, when an object is traveling towards the sun, like a comet, right? So the sun is shining on it, and it starts to melt. Like the ice breaks away, right? That temperature heats up, and the heat hits the object, and then the comet begins to, the ice shatters and then shatters into more because of the heat, right? And then the comet has a tail. So it has these objects trailing behind it.
Yeah.
This object had objects pointing towards the sun.
Crazy.
It's sort of like the wind blowing. Imagine the wind blowing your hair, but your hair is like resisting the wind, and it's pointing against the wind.
Yeah.
It's like salmon, swimming upstream.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So that's what this object was doing.
Yeah.
It's insane. And there's talk about like course correction. Like he's tough to listen to. It's tough to he just gives you a bunch of he doesn't talk well. Okay. He's and he gives you a bunch of stuff that,
dude, you know who this guy is? He finished something when he was young called the Talpiot program in Israel. Talpiot program was started by the IDF to find the biggest uber dorks in Israel, like wunderkinds. He's remember that movie Real Genius?
Yeah,
that's a Talpiot program. So he came to Israel. He was born in 1962. To answer your question, he came to Israel in America in 1988 to Princeton. So he was already 26 years old. He did stuff with the U.S. Army, some kind of defense initiative when he was like 21. Dude, the guy's a mamish genius, again, one of these people. So he's not exactly going to be the guy, the spokesman for stuff for people like idiots like potatoes like us to understand what the hell he's saying half the time.
Yeah, the point is he's not that good at giving the information that's like relevant. He should just basically say like this, like, look, like it's not falling apart. It's so gigantic. It's way bigger than anything that should be coming at us from outside the solar system. That's crazy. That's number one. Then it's basically has like so much nickel on it and very little iron. We never see that shit. That's crazy. Okay. We only see that in stuff like that nickel amount, compared to the iron. We only see that in industrial stuff. And then we have like the glow. It seems to be glowing on its own. And also it seems to be like the way it's reflecting light, the shape of the object seems to be completely flat. Right. That's weird. Okay. And then it has this nose cone that it's sending a beam towards the sun. It doesn't have a tail. Okay. Now, and then all of a sudden it switched to having a tail. We don't know why that happened. That's weird. Okay. Also, it came in
Yeah.
on an angle where it can fly past the planets. Folks, think about the solar system, right?
Yeah.
Like the planets are all basically like on the same level.
Yeah.
Like they're like, here's, let's say my head is the sun,
Yeah.
right? And
Mhm.
here are the planets. The planets
Yeah.
are kind of like just going around
Yeah.
the sun like this, right?
Mhm.
But how come we don't have one planet here and one planet here and one planet here? It's flat,
Yeah.
right? They call the orbiting system, right? All the planets kind of are lined up, and they're kind of just like going around in one kind of in the same plane, so to
Mhm.
speak, right?
Yep.
So here's whatever. Here's like Mercury, here's Venus, here's Earth, here's Mars, so and they're lined up.
Yeah.
But space is, the comet could have come literally from anywhere. Like here are the planets, and then if the comet or whatever this is, it could have come like this, right, and missed all the planets or completely. No, it was sent from outside of the solar system.
Yep.
To where the planets are.
That's absolutely insane.
Right.
And it's like they say, it's like a million miles away, but that's really close when you relative to how,
Yeah, a million miles is nothing in space.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's
like
because these things are moving really, really fast.
The moon is like 200,000 miles away. You know what I mean? It's
something like that. Yeah.
It's pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like I think the sun is like 9 million miles away from us or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, so it comes within, like this is a big object. It's the size of Manhattan, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And it seems to have course corrected. Like a natural object is just a brick flying through space. It's not gonna, unless it knocks into something.
Yeah.
It's not gonna change its course. It's just gonna keep flying.
Basically, this is like a city coming at us.
Yeah, but like in space,
deliberately.
Right.
Yeah.
It's if it was a dead object.
Yeah, it'd be like hurtling. It'd be just like hurtling through space, kind of like.
It would be flying, and then
willy-nilly.
It would get sucked into the gravity hole of the thing, and things do, and that does happen.
Yeah.
And then they have a certain course, like you could tell.
Yeah.
They can tell. I can't tell.
You can figure out where it's gonna go. Yeah.
Where it's going to go, because it's just like, this is just a brick flying, this is how it's going to react, like you throw a ball like around a curved wall, basically how it's going to travel, right? So this thing, you're like, it's not going to all of a sudden like change like angles unless it knocks into something, right? This thing has apparently has changed, has course corrected.
Yeah.
It's changed its course without knocking into anything. Right, without anything changing with the laws of gravity. So I think like a better kind of like there's a guy called Christian Harloff on YouTube. You take a look. Like he was kind of describing. I like from what I listened to recently, I think he has a decent perspective on. I think he has a decent perspective
this
on
guy.
Yeah, we might want to just like listen.
Oh,
to
this guy, I know.
I'm not always, so one, I don't think he's always so amazing, but I think I listened to him while I was doing a workout, this particular one, and it seems to me, I don't know, it seems to be a reasonable take. Can we listen to it?
Let's see. Harvard scientist. There's a few of these. The one 12 hours ago, Down to Earth with Christian Harloff. This thing.
Yeah, it's the latest one. It shouldn't be too long. It was like 20 minutes or 15 minutes. We don't have to listen to the
We
whole
said
thing.
it. 3i Atlas. When we got more stories, when more things were coming, we would discuss it. Well, more things are coming on the channel. Nobody knows what the hell it is. People are guessing, people theorizing. Nobody really knows. NASA said, well, we know which way it's going. We have an idea. We have a trajectory of where it's going. Well, they don't even know. They were wrong. And that's kind of the story today. There's a few things about 3i Atlas and what indeed is potentially going on with it. For those unaware of this story, there's something that has been traveling towards us, and Harvard's Avi Loeb does not believe that it's just a comet. He thinks there's something else, potentially NHI, potentially could be, in the way that it's moving very different. I was watching Weaponized with Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp, and they had quoted Avi Loeb and saying something along the lines of, make sure you make all your vacation plans before the end of October. Well, we're getting close to the end of October here. Will this be anything indeed, or it'll just be one of those things that just flew by? It was nothing. I lean that way, but I don't know. I'm not sure, but here's the story. Skywatcher Signal posting that tracking 3i Atlas active maneuvering confirmed. The interstellar visitor 3i Atlas isn't following the path that NASA predicted. It's accelerating towards a hidden perihelion behind the sun. A 1 million kilometer deviation growing wider by the hour.
Hey, Greg.
Pictures there. There's more here. On October 21st, 2025, independent trackers comparing live sky data with JPL's official horizons predictions noted a clear mismatch. JPL.
Yes, sir.
No, I just wasn't sure if you were still here.
Yeah, I'm here.
So you heard what he just said? Go if you spaced out for a minute, I
didn't. I heard what it said.
I want you to hear it. Like,
hold on, disappeared. Something happened.
You think confirmed?
Yeah,
that it changed its own.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. Like that right there is it.
It's crazy.
Like, even if it doesn't come here or whatever, but the fact that we saw it change its own angle, right? Like midway, that's not a natural object.
It's crazy.
Here's the story. Skywatcher Signal posting that tracking 3i Atlas active maneuvering confirmed. The interstellar visitor 3i Atlas isn't following the path that NASA predicted. It's accelerating towards a hidden perihelion behind the sun. A 1 million kilometer deviation growing wider by the hour. You see the pictures there. There's more here. On October 21st, 2025, independent trackers comparing live sky data with JPL's official horizons predictions noted a clear mismatch. JPL listed 3i Atlas at RA 13 hours, 46 minutes, 57.51 seconds. Observed data placed it elsewhere, RA 13 hours, 47 minutes, 54.3 seconds. That's 15.4 arc minute offset, roughly 1.1 million kilometers sideways. The outdated orbital data always makes an object appear behind its real position, but this one appeared ahead. That means the object isn't being pulled, it's pushing. There's no way to explain that without active thrust, outgassing, asymmetry, or something even stranger. 19 hours later, another positional atlas came in, and the discrepancy had grown. By late October 21st, divergence rate was roughly 0.23 arc minutes per hour, translating to a lateral velocity of nearly 4 kilometers a second. Then there's the brightness issue. JPL predicted an apparent magnitude near 14.8, but actual readings show it fainter, near 15.1. About 26% dimmer than expected for an object confirmed by JWST to be losing around 25 kilograms of water every second, one of the most active comets ever observed, yet it's concealing its light. Cross-checks with nearby reference points like Spica and CT 2025 R2 Swan confirmed this isn't a sensory glitch. Those sources appeared perfectly circular, standard stellar symmetry. 3i Atlas didn't. Its glow formed geometric patterns, green outer edges, blue core, pink directional glow, yellow white center. The correlation matches Keck Observatory's spectral analysis from August. Each one of these elements appeared isolated into defined geometric zones consistent with controlled plasma behavior. On October 20th, NASA's LASCO C3 solar telescope briefly recorded 3i Atlas showing a cross-like plasma geometry before vanishing from successive frames. Then it reappeared before disappearing again. 7 days to perihelion on October 29, 2025, 3i Atlas passes directly behind the sun. Invisible from Earth, unobservable during its most critical maneuver window, it's the ideal point for a course correction or something more deliberate. For now, the object is off course by over 1 million kilometers, dimming against expectation, emitting geometric light structure, and breaking orbital predictions. Add it all up, it starts to feel intentional. Simulations modeling its trajectory showing it's skipping expected intermediate state and if its path is being recomputed in real time, not governed by known forces. Almost like a system adjusting itself with a larger algorithm, something aware of its own parameters. Skeptics will call it noise or the edge of error correction in deep space tracking. But what if it isn't? What if this is the first detectable hint of directed intelligence, a body navigating both gravity and computation simultaneously? The next test comes on November 3rd, when 3i Atlas reemerges from behind the sun. If the offset persists or widens again, it confirms active course adjustment, not a coincidence. Here's a picture of general 3i Atlas where it is, the sun. So again, I'll tell you, life has been moving at 175 miles per hour for me lately, but one of the ways that I'm able to chill out, unwind, is Cornbread Hemp's CPD gummies. I mean,
hey, can you skip
I
ahead?
really have been able to chill out, relax with.
This is like he went into an advertisement, so if we skip it, it becomes shorter.
More information once it pops back out from behind the sun. What I find fascinating is the idea of, well, look, these things that are happening, this seems kind of deliberate. It seems like the push it's indeed being accelerated. This always jumps back to what I talk about when it comes to all these things that have been seen in the sky in general, right? Like the things that have there's two ways to look at this. Is what I've been. If you want to go down this road, right? The first is, and as I've said this many times over, the things that we see in the sky, and the things that maybe most people who are watching this channel believe, right? That there's something out there in general, whatever it might be, whatever these things are that are flying near the nuclear stuff, whatever these unidentified objects, the UAPs, UFOs, whatever they are, I have said that in my mind, I would say that if it's anything, it's interdimensional stuff, it's the bending of time and space, and it's technology that we can't even fathom. I brought that up when we did the UAP Tuesday this week, and my friend John, who's on the show, does not dive into this in the way that we all do here, and he couldn't put his mind around the interdimensional things because to him that's too sci-fi. But when you look at quantum physics and all those things, to me, that makes more sense to me than things that are coming and traveling from different planets. And this topic we're talking about here with 3i Atlas, to me, is kind of proof of that, right? We've been tracking this thing for quite a bit now. We've been aware of it for quite a bit now. So it's not like things are just zipping back and forth. It's like, okay, if this is something that's moving extremely fast, the next update we're getting for it is in November. And
November
that
2nd.
still is pretty fast for the thing, how it's moving. Now, the counter to that is we also agree, at least a lot of us agree, I don't say we all agree, we also agree, a lot of us, that these things, whatever they are, have been here for way longer than we have. They didn't just start popping up in 1947 or 40, whatever Roswell was. That just didn't start happening. It's when we really started to become aware of it, pay attention to it, and even if you look at Grush's reports in the 30s in Italy and things, and then documentation of things that have happened in ancient times with what they thought these things were. So there are certain reports that say that these things have been around for way longer than human existence. Now, if that is indeed the case, then who is to say, or who is not to say, that whatever this 3i Atlas this ain't the first time that this happened. Maybe something similar to 3i Atlas.
This week, we're hosting a free trading and investing workshop.
Came way before we were around, came here, plopped down a whole bunch of things. If you listen to Tim Burchett, Tim Gallaudet, other people said, all right, our base is going to be in the water of this planet. This is where we're going to be able to put our tech. This is where we're going to be able to do everything. We're going to observe how this planet works. And they, again, this is all hypothetical, just putting things together. Who knows? You never know type stuff. But what if this is round 2, round 5, round 10, and this time we just happen to be here when the thing lands? Or it could be a comet that flies right by the planet, and it's nothing. Again, as I said in the beginning, I'm leaning towards that. I'm leaning towards by the time we start to see it. And this is the unfortunate part if that is that scenario. If it turns out to be just a very interesting comet in general that just did things that maybe defied what we are normally used to when it comes to comets, people will study it and go, oh, well, it did this. We were able to look at it, we were able to track it. We know what it was. It was very interesting, and it threw everybody off. But what that does is say, like, here you go. The people just wanting so bad for life at other places, just jumping into it. NASA goes, see, we told you so. We knew what it was. And those people that were saying, guys, this is just a comet. It's moving like a comet, it's moving differently. You got to stop with the alien life stuff. And I think it will. And even though Avi Loeb has not said this is 100% what this is, he's certainly hinting that. He gives it more of like a probability type thing. So, it's very interesting in the way that it's not moving differently, so it could be this. But it certainly seems as if he's leading the charge that this is something else. Does his credibility get hit if it isn't? I don't know. Should it? Maybe. Because it's just, again, maybe. It's because the way he's presenting himself in general and saying the probabilities and things of that nature. It won't be hit, and people will just say, "Oh, that's the guy that thought 3i Atlas was a spaceship, and it was just a comet that passed by." But it's also going to look pretty damn brilliant if this is the change of it all. The other question is, in the way that we talk about disclosure and other things on this planet, if this turns out to be one of those things where, like, once it gets around the sun and it gets into a place where you can now tell exactly what it is, that what we have, our technology might not be that advanced, but it's advanced enough that once it gets into a certain range, we'll know if it's a comet or not. If it isn't, and it comes and we're looking around and saying, okay, we should now, as human beings, try to figure out, can we all get together for a little bit, find out what this thing is, and actually try to remember Independence Day? Now, I don't know if it's going to be that kind of scenario. You remember what, it was Stephen Hawking who had said that if there was a visit from interstellar beings, that it would not be peaceful. Now, what does he know? I don't know. He's just one of the smartest guys to ever live, but that doesn't necessarily mean you'd be right. And then there's other people who say that these things will very much be benevolent. Or it could be a comet that just passes right by the Earth. And that's where we're at right now. But it is fascinating nonetheless. 3i Atlas. I mean, it is something, every time there's a story about it, I want to talk about it because it is fascinating. And thinking about the idea of, like, are there answers connected to the things that we're seeing in the skies and this thing? Right now, I would probably say no. But as I said, I think it was 2 years ago when that Miami Mall story hit, I will never again say definitively, oh, that's not what that is. That's not what that is. You can give my opinion. I don't think. I don't know. I don't. From what I see, I don't think so. But definitively, I will not say that. Because in the same way that definitively Avi Loeb isn't saying that. He's just hinting at it pretty strongly. What do you guys think that 3i Atlas is? What do you think it is, for real? Do you think it's just a comet that's going to fly right by us? Nothing? Just an extraordinary thing that will be scientifically something to be studied? Or is it something else? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know what you think. Thanks for joining us here on the show. As always, I appreciate it. Comment, click like, subscribe.
You know, interesting. If it was actually something, if it is something,
Yeah.
not just a comet, and
Yeah.
if it is a herald,
Mm-hmm.
let's say, kind of like a Silver Surfer kind of herald or whatever kind
Yeah.
of thing, right?
Yeah.
Then maybe that's why Trump is getting so crazy with forcing everybody into a peace thing,
It's
right?
possible.
He's like panicking. He has to make peace everywhere in the world. You have to stop every war.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's what Reagan said. It's like, what if we have this external thing and we're gonna have to band together
like he got a message saying you better clean up.
from
We
the
got to
Galactic Federation.
We're getting a visitor.
We're coming. Yeah.
We need to clean.
Yeah.
It's sort of like when Newsom cleaned up L.A.
Yeah.
for the visit of the Chinese president or something like that, right?
Yeah.
We got to clean up the earth
Yeah.
right before that happens. Maybe that explains why he's being so obnoxious.
They're not gonna annex anything. Don't worry. If
Don't
anything,
worry.
if anything, they would want us to annex these beings. No.
No, but maybe just
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just speaking
Freeze frame.
Has everybody calm down? Come together. Yeah, Qatar.
Yeah.
They're peaceful people, partners in peace. Yeah, it's fucking butchers. He's trying to make them into sweethearts. They're not babies. They're not sweethearts.
I don't know what the hell he's doing. I don't know what anybody's doing. I think this world is going crazy.
We didn't even talk about the mayor stuff. That's whatever,
Dude, I really hate to do this. This week has emotionally and spiritually.
I don't need you to the whole thing. You say you want to go. I got you.
No. I feel bad. Like I want to continue. I'm just it's.
I'm pretty. Listen, it's after midnight.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit tired myself.
I feel really bad.
I have
folks. I have to tell you, and Frank, maybe you will understand and agree with this. The medical system in the world, I'm sure other countries have the similar thing. Something happens to a person health wise, and then basically, the person stays in a hospital, for example, for 3 weeks. And then let's say there's some attending doctor on the floor, right? Realizes there's nothing, the person is they had some episode and then they're stabilized, right? There's nothing the person's gonna live, right? But there's nothing there's nothing for them to do for the person in the hospital. It's not like they can't do anything, always, God forbid. There's nothing for them to do, right? So the doctor's like, you know what? This person needs to go out of here. It's like you ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here, kind of thing. So there's choices, right? So either the person goes home, let's say they go home, and then they have see, this is what I don't understand. In New York City, a person in a certain situation can have 24-hour care in their own home. And it's covered by Medicaid, covered by this and that. In New Jersey, they cannot. In most states, they cannot, right? Certain parts of New York State, they cannot. So in this case, the person goes to, let's say they're very, very old. They go to there's a rehab portion of a nursing home, right? But if they're in a certain condition, they're not even ready for rehab. They're whatever. They can't talk, they can't walk. They're just kind of Ariel Sharon mode. And there's a big question mark how long they're going to stay in that mode, right? It's up to literally, the whole thing is up to God. But that part is up to God. But at the same time, if you want the person to have care, somebody caring for them all the time, either it has to be in a place where it's covered by some kind of insurance, or it's crazy out of pocket, you spending a lot of money, right? A lot of money. You're keeping the person in your house. Let's say you have a small house, big house, this, that. Hire somebody. The whole thing is just, we're not, you and I always talk about, the whole thing of death, and it's sad, and why is there even death? But even the whole thing precluding that, right?
Yeah.
The whole process precluding that is made to be just awful for everyone. For the families, for this, for the, right now, what was the decision? The decision was to make it so that my parents and myself, but first of all, my parents, who are not spring chickens, don't have to drive to Brooklyn, right? So that something, whatever's happening with this is my grandmother, so that she's closer. So we had to come up with some kind of, in Israel called kombina, which works with financially, which works with location, which works with the place, but now we have to figure out it's like this whole thing is like made by evil people. Even if you want to say the people, like say at a particular place, facility, are nice people, they're good people, they're trying to help. Like we met these people, they're not, they're good people, whoever works there, whoever's running the place. But like even so, the system itself is like just it's like demonic. It's a demonic thing.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know. Like I have a friend whose mom is whatever, she has in her mid-70s, she has dementia, right? And I said to him, he has this whole complicated situation. Part of his family's in Israel. I was like, dude, why don't you just move to Israel, take your mom to Israel? I said they have this, they have like care for people like this in Israel. But he goes to me, Has v'sholom, that I should put my mom into a nursing home. She's home. There's a 24-hour person, or like 24-hour care where it's like 3 different people, 8-hour shifts. They do this, they do that for her, because she's completely like she can't, nothing. So basically that's that, and it's like this kind of like limbo state the person's in, and you have to figure out all this bureaucracy for it. It's just I don't know, man.
It's hell.
Yeah, it's hell, and it's just like it's some and it's the only rational explanation I have for it. We were just talking with my mom about why Hashem would allow something like this, right? As opposed to like you see the tzaddikim who live, let's say, to 100, they're learning Torah, and then they just like, go very quickly, right? But like I said, the only rational explanation is that God wants like somebody in our position to do, hesed for the person, right? We're doing a hesed for the person, and the person can't, like, it's just complete hesed, meaning the person can't do anything do anything for us.
We spoke about this before in the context
yeah.
of like why do you have like special needs children born?
Yeah.
And these are like the souls of
parents.
tzaddikim
who
are coming there to give, let's say, souls who are, let's say, selfish.
Yeah.
Very selfish in
an opportunity to be selfless.
Opportunity to be selfless.
So it's like emulate. So it's like God wants us to emulate
Possibly.
him as close as possible, almost, because he's giving us hesed, and we're not. Most of the world is not giving him anything in return. Most of the world is not giving him mitzvahs and all this stuff, and doesn't even acknowledge his existence. A lot of the time, or if they do, they kind of like behave as if they don't. And he's just like giving supposedly boundless hesed just by allowing it to exist on a nanosecond basis. So I guess that's some kind of explanation for that. But dude, just this week has just been it's just been like,
yeah.
Like again, the what is it called? The character in the video game. Energy bar 0.
So we'll leave it off here.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I really want this Atlas.
Hope these things come and they just heal everybody.
Whatever, but even still, like I
Yeah.
think this movie coming out, it's going to be in the headlines.
Oh yeah.
It's also synchronized, by the way, with this like Atlas thing.
Yeah, of course.
Can't be the
no accidents here.
synchronicity of this can't be an accident.
Yeah, they all communicate with these
Right.
with these whoever they are. Of course they do.
And yeah, so and I'll just for the last minute of the show, I'll change gears entirely. And remember that music video that Chris Wood sent, Sisters of Mercy, like that band, the Sisters of Mercy.
Possibly,
like,
yeah.
Talk about it this
yeah,
week,
yeah, vaguely, yeah.
right? Can you look it up quickly? Like we'll end off on this.
Yeah.
First of all, it's a great song.
Sisters of Mercy. What's the
Dominion? The song is like Dominion.
Yeah.
right? So he was saying that you look like
Oh, this guy. Yeah.
yeah. So I can so you don't look like him, but I see what I want to show you what Chris Woods is talking about.
Yeah.
You don't look like this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like play the music video. Like, yeah, that one. It's a pretty cool music video.
Hopefully we don't get zapped because of it. But let's see what happens. Yeah, who watches this anywhere? Is this what's her face now? Elvira, is it? No, it's not.
No.
Oh, I can see it. Yeah, this guy. Yeah.
It's not his face, but it's the haircut, the beard, and the glasses.
Yeah.
Now you see it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's play this song for a minute.
Yeah.
Good.
It's really funny. What year is this from even? 87.
Probably
Oh, that's interesting.
87, yeah.
87. Yeah.
So this is Petra.
Mm-hmm. Who's that?
That's
the place Petra. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I never heard the song, by the way.
Really good, by the way.
Yeah. I want to go to Petra, by the way.
One day we will. Part of Israel.
It's amazing. By the way.
In the heat of the night. In the heat of the day. When I close my eyes, when I look your way, when I meet the fear that lies inside, when I hear you say, in the heat of the moment, say, someday, the minute come time. Someday, the minute sunset I say in the light of the fact, I'm alone at a level, the sand stretched far away, in the heat of the action. In the settled dust, hold and swing in the meeting of mind, and down in the streets of shame, in the betting of names on gold to rust.
Speaking of camel beauty pageants.
Yeah.
Someday, the minute sunset I say
Yeah, man.
Amazing movie productions, man.
The song, the freaking video, dude. We're the remnant of Tartaria.
Yeah, it's. By the way, they had like their big hit, this song "Temple of Love" in 1992. That was like their big hit.
Can you play it for 1 second? It doesn't sound like not like this song, but like literally like 30 seconds until.
Yeah.
Because that song is amazing. I've been.
It sounds like what's her face? No, what the hell's her name? Oh, Farhaza, yeah. So Farhaza.
Was that really Oprah?
That was Oprah. That's Oprah. She's a vocalist on this. That's like their main hit. 1992. That's so cool. Actually, the song was made in 1983, and then they lost it, and then they re-recorded it in 1992.
Yeah, it sounds
and
like
it became like a number 3 in the UK.
Yeah, I never heard this song before.
Crazy.
The other song I had heard many years
Dominion
until Chris Woods brought it back, and now I'm listening to it over and over again.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, someday
I listen to Ice House over and over again. You know.
Yeah, but you like that, like you don't like there's like 2 main songs for Ice House.
Great Southern Land. I like that. I like it.
Great Southern Land, and then like Hey Little Girl, right?
Yeah.
But you listen to that other one, like Electric Blue or something like that.
No, not Electric Blue. I listen to
the other one. Right. I forgot.
Electric Blue I like, but Crazy.
Right.
You're driving me crazy. I love that song. I like Crazy, and I like Electric Blue was good, but no promises.
I'm gonna be listening to Great Southern Land on the way home right now.
You know, no promises. This one was good. No promises.
Hey, Paramus, your neighborhood Target is remodeled and ready for you.
Son of a gun.
Paramus.
This one. Dude, I played this in my car once when my sister was in the car. She's like, "What is this?" Like not in a positive way. I'm like, "You have no idea, and you will never know."
She doesn't remember Tartaria.
She doesn't remember. She was born after Tartaria was destroyed.
Yeah. Dude, it's movies. It's not songs, it's movies. Yeah.
And like amazing.
That mullet is insane.
Mullet, yeah.
Awesome.
Dude, you know what the saddest part is? When these guys, a lot of them are still alive, and they do these concerts. You know, people come, and they try to recreate like the vibe, and it you can't. They can't do it.
You can't. No, you can't.
Because we're in 2025. Tataria is destroyed.
It was possibly a different planet.
Yeah.
Do you ever wonder, like, was I like, did they like abduct us, put us on a different planet that looks kind of like what and then they set up a model of like things are maybe that's why things are like so different, but like some stuff is still the same.
Yeah,
I'm just messing with you folks. Or
it could be. It could.
Or
no, man, no.
Or so the Germans would have us believe.
Exactly. That's precisely the point, my friend.
Yeah, man.
Anyway.
No, that is a good song. Yeah, your sister, poor girl. You know, in that sense, you know,
not just her. It's
maybe it's better.
Friends.
It might be better to be like her because she doesn't remember anything good, so she doesn't know the difference.
Well, then it might be good because then when it actually arrives,
it'll be like
she's gonna be like, "Oh my God,
like what is
this trash?"
This?
Yeah,
I can't believe it. And meanwhile, we're like, "Oh yeah, that was great."
It's gonna be just total like that mind blown guy. Like,
can you imagine? Like, it would be a joy to see like kids kind of like discover the 80s like energy vibe, like if that
oh yeah
turns back.
Well, we see that in the comments. The kids are like 15 years old. Like, I'm 15 years. I wasn't even alive, and this is I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like I'm nostalgic for something.
Yeah. Why am I nostalgic for a time I never lived
Something
in?
I never lived in, like because you probably did.
It's the last time people were people. You know, and
Yeah.
you know that video Dominion. You know, they're showing that like
Yeah.
pretty gothy chick. You know, like she's like,
Yeah.
like folks. You know what we had in the 80s? We had women's faces.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know, beauty was still like
Beauty was distinct.
face. It was face focused. By the way, I don't know if you remember. Like, it was only the more vulgar like movies and stuff like that like mention the woman's body parts, right? Like leading women were like the pretty girl. That it was about her face. It was her face. You know.
Yeah. They weren't trying to accentuate her. I mean, you had the first time I saw when they were trying to accentuate the body was what's her face in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. What's her name?
Phoebe Cates. Like,
yeah,
but that's
Phoebe
more.
Cates.
That's a vulgar movie.
That's already like you're getting there.
You know, it's like Meatballs. That's a you know what I mean? It's not. It's a vulgarity. Yeah.
And even then, she had like pretty.
It's Porky's. It's Porky's basically. It's kind of a Porky's kind of thing.
Right.
You know, that's the vulgar stuff, but the vulgar stuff took over, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Women's legs were mentioned. Like, if you were going to talk about like a woman's body parts, everybody was like into
There was a song. She got legs. You know, it's like
have we played Sharp Dressed Man on the show? That's all.
Might as well. Yeah, I think we did.
Okay, all right. Let's just play that and really end off on that. You got to first of all, you got to listen to them playing. Second of all, you got to see.
It's ZZ Top, right?
Yeah. I love the video. It's freaking. They're amazing. Like this is like their probably biggest pop song, right?
Yeah.
But you got to listen to it's astonishing.
Yeah.
Just listen.
Mm-hmm.
The video is cool too. I really like the video.
Yeah.
Beautiful girl.
Looks like a bunch of Chabad rabbis. Sorry.
Make it big. Make it big.
What is it?
Make the video big. There we go. their playing is amazing.
Yeah.
This is the best part. Dude, you could live in that song. You could live in that song. Live in it.
I like how songs used to just like fade out, like it's supposed to like end.
It didn't even end. It just ended for
It
us.
just faded out.
It kept going.
Yeah.
Dude, do you know how good of a rock band you have to be leading to be the music at a dance party?
Yeah.
Like you gotta really, man, it's like a DJ, but except a rock band. And dude, these people do not get the credit that they deserve. They're astonishingly good.
Mm-hmm.
I think I heard somewhere there's like a story somewhere in the rock lore that Jimi Hendrix's favorite guitarist was the guitar.
One of the ZZ Top guys.
Yeah, one of the ZZ Top guitarists. But anyway, that was awesome. Great video. And those girls, by the way, who popped up, and that's as vulgar as it got in the 80s. And now that's like the minister's wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or whatever,
Exactly.
All right, guys.
I have no comment on what happened after this.
I know we don't. We've covered that already.
Yeah.
We fell into a
time warp,
a time pit.
Yes.
A time porta potty is where we ended up.
Time porta potty. Yes. All right,
okay,
sir.
Guys, so hopefully next time. Well, if let's say what's a week from now?
A week from now is a week from now is.
Oh yeah, 30. Remember last time?
30th. Yeah. So
there's
hopefully,
that guy.
so hopefully we'll it'll be something interesting next week.
It had something really, really, really different.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Something completely different.
Yeah, please, no more political horse shit. Just something truly different, truly awe-inspiring.
Well, it's going to be
supernatural.
The parsha of Abraham, Lech Lecha. So Abraham is told to go from himself. So maybe we can go from ourselves next week. Maybe that can.
Maybe we can be. Maybe this time we can be taken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Abraham, he did all the hard work already. Let's just kind of. Yeah. Let's rest on his laurels. How about that?
Stand on his shoulders, yeah. Alrighty.
Okay, everyone. Everything will work out at some point.
Yes. That'll